Guys, in this tutorial I'm going to walk you through how to use your email accounts. So regardless of how many email addresses you've got set up on my system, so whether you've got an info at, sales at, your name at, you would access them all through any browser on the web in exactly the same way. Obviously, you can set them up on your devices using different apps and things. Each app would have its own different way of doing that, so that can be done on an individual basis. But actually accessing them on the web, to access them, you would simply type in the address bar of the browser, you'd type in webmail and then dot and then your domain name. So in this case, I'm going webmail.garypratton.co.uk. So in this one, I can log into any of my email addresses. So again, it's the same system, regardless of what email address you have or you want to log into, you would still go to webmail dot and then your domain name. So in this case, I'm going to log into demo@garypratton.co.uk and I'll log in. So here I've got my email address and account, demo@garypratton. So obviously you've got my inbox, sent, junk, trash, bin. You can add as many folders in here as you like to try and organise things. So you would just click on manage folders, and you can create a new folder up here, or obviously manage the folders here, and you can manage how they look on the front end. So we go back to mail. So to compose an email, you would simply click on compose. Obviously you put in the address, that's all self-explanatory. Here by default, all it gives you is to be able to add an image. So you need to click on this little HTML link here, and this brings up your WYSIWYG editor. So you can do all of this. By default, that's the way it's set by default. Now, this system that I use, it's called Roundcube. So it's really powerful. It's got tons and tons of settings in here. I'm just going to run through a couple of settings with you. But of course you can play around with them. So if we come to here, we go to settings. So we've got preferences. So we've got under preferences, we've got user interface. So you can change the language. In this case, I'll probably put English GB. All your time formats and everything like that. It's got different skins as well that you can use. I like this elastic one because it's mobile friendly as well. It's responsive, so it would look cool even if you logged in on your browser on your phone. So I'm going to close that. Then we can go to mailbox view. So we can mark messages as read immediately, request a return receipt, and so on. Just you can go through those yourself. Displaying messages, again, some more options here. Some of the options have advanced options, so you can go into here, but again, you don't really need to be touching any of that. The one really that is important is this composing messages. So this, you've got different settings in here, so you can compose HTML messages. Going back to what we said earlier, by default it only shows that HTML button, like the image button, and you have to open up to get your WYSIWYG editor. Here you can change that, so to put it to always, and again you can request a return receipt or a delivery status notification, everything like that. You can also do when replying. I always change this one. When replying, I like to start at the top rather than at the bottom of the email that you're replying to, but again that's a preference thing. I just prefer it above. So we come down here and click save. Again, some other settings and things here, don't need to worry about any of that really. I mean, you can just have a look through. and just change them to your own sort of preferences, really. The other one in here is identities. So when you click on identities, you'll have your email address there. You just click on the email address. This is where you can put your signature in. Again, so you can, what you want at the bottom of every email that you send. So that's really important to set up, really. Put obviously your social links and anything else that you want to put in there. And again, click save. In here, password, again, self-explanatory. You can change your email password inside here and click save. So if we go back to mail, we've got our email here. When I compose an email now, it will automatically have this WYSIWYG editor because we set it to show all the time. We'll discard that, come back to, and if I open up this email that I sent myself, we can go reply, and again it replies above rather than below. Again, that's just my preference. Some people prefer it below, but that's the way that I've got it set up. So I would just reply in there. Click send. You can obviously attach files and things like that. And again, contacts, let's just discard that. You can add contacts, create contacts. You can upload, so you can import contacts from a different system. Just upload the file as a vCard or a CSV and import bulk contacts into here. Also, when you're viewing emails, you can actually click on the person's name who's emailed you, and you can add that to the address book as well there. So I find that a really good feature. So you can just click add straight into there. So when we go into contacts, I'm there with my email address. So I think really, let's just go back home. I think that's it, guys. Yeah, anything that you send will go into the sent. Yeah, just and then obviously once you want to log out, click log out, and then you're safely logged out. You can close down the browser. Hope that makes sense, guys, and I'll catch you in the next tutorial.